We're here. Wow. No planning whatsoever. Absolute shit show. Look, I said I was going to go out live at 8 o'clock. I blew it. I couldn't have blown it anymore. So we're going to wing it tonight, guys. We're going to wing it here. Thanks for hanging out. Darrell, I went home this weekend. Felt great to see a game there. Now I'm back in Connecticut, New England region. Brutal, dude. That is brutal. Being a Bills fan in New England is like, that's like being a fan of Jesus and living in hell, right? It's terrible. Yo, where you been, homie? Bills Mafia. Hey, man, I've had some shit going on. You know, plain and simple. I wish I could have been a little bit more active the last week and a half. But we're back in the bandwagon. We're rolling. We got a big game this week. We're gonna get into it here. LOL facts, yeah. Anthony, yeah. Hey, you know what? To be honest with you, Anthony, I read your comment and I was like, man, I was gonna say fuck it. I'm not gonna go live tonight. And I was like, you know what? Saw the comment. I got a midseason award video dropping tomorrow. I was like, let's go. We in it. Let's do it. Let's run it. Look at Heavy Diggs in this bitch. I already got a new subscriber. My man. Let's go. Blowing up every day. You guys that are watching, hit the thumbs up real quick. Let's get into it here. Well, look at. Roll with me for a minute because I didn't, usually I get the show planned out a little bit. I got some stats in front of me I like to drop on you guys. I got nothing tonight. We're rolling with it. Bear with me. Have some patience. Let's get into it. I'm pumped up about this team. Pumped up that we're 6-2. Yeah, there's some things that people are pissed off about. There's some things that people, I see them all over the place. Everybody's pissed off about Brian Dable. Everybody's pissed off about Josh Allen not hitting the deep ball. The run defense. We're going to talk about it tonight. I'm happy. We're fucking 6-2. I made a post on Facebook the other day. This is sports entertainment, okay? We're not, yes, we invest. We buy jerseys. We buy tickets to the game. We travel. We have fun. It's like a family. It's like a community, right? But it's also, with all that being said, it's entertainment for us. That's why we watch it, because we love watching it, right? Our team is fucking 6-2. Let's be ecstatic about that. Last year we were 2-6. I know our schedule's been weak. I know it. I don't give a shit. We've never won these games. These games against the Bengals, the Jets. The win we got against the Titans. We always lose to that Titans team. That Titans team that we played earlier, they grind it out. We have a mistake in the fourth quarter that they take advantage of, and we lose that game every single time. Even this Redskins game, we got AP that comes out here, bounces out, and starts balling. We don't, he continues to ball. He beats us. The reason we lose is because of Adrian Peterson. They made adjustments. Shut that shit down. This team is different. This coaching staff is different. This front office is different. I'm not one of these guys that's going to sit here and say, no matter what, we're amazing. I love the team, blah, 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 blah. What I'm saying is, let's not be fucking bummed out. Let's not nitpick. We can talk about some shit that we're worried about, but let's fucking be pumped that we're 6-2. Let's get to some of these comments here. Anthony, Dable's play calling is okay with me. It's on the players to execute the game plan. We're going to talk about it, my man. That's a great comment. Think about this. If Allen, how many deep passes has Allen missed this year? 12? Let's be conservative and say 10. 10 deep passes that he should have hit on. If he hits on 7 of those are big plays. There's a couple plays to Zay Jones or touchdowns. That Andre Roberts over the top touchdown a few weeks back. The couple to Robert Foster, since Robert Foster's been played again. We've had a couple for John Brown. If he hits on, half of them, and those are big home run plays, and we're averaging about 20 points, a little over 20 points a game now. So we'd be averaging 25, 26 points a game if we hit on some of those. Everyone's saying Dable's a hero. Dable's killing it this year. Just like my guy Anthony said, players have to execute. Yeah, Dable can be better. You have to execute as well. If Allen's hitting on those deep passes, nobody's bitching about Brian Dable. We 3-0 against the Titans the last 3 years. They're roasted. We got their ass right now, especially when you go into Tennessee, it's a home game for the Bills. Steve Hampton 6-2 while technically in rebuild. The season has been a treat. Thank you. Last year, we had to take a step back. Everybody knew we were taking a step back. Anybody that said we weren't taking a step back last year is a delusional fan. They just don't have a realistic idea of what's going on with the Bills franchise. Last year was going to be a step back, quarterback, middle linebacker, young as fuck. It's going to be a learning year. And now we've rebuilt this entire team, and now it's like we're trying to trim the fat and bring in more pieces. It's going to be a consistent thing. But just like Steve said, it's going to be a constant rebuild right now. And this is the year where you show that you got the juice. You're doing the right thing. Your game plan is correct. You have the correct strategy. And they 6-2. Hey, 6-2. Let's be pumped, boys. Let's be pumped. All right, let's get to the stats here. Let's do updated stats here. This is a thing I usually have. All ready for you guys, but bear with me for a second. I always like to update you guys, see where we're at offensively, defensively, and whatnot. Okay, offense, total yards per game. Right now we're 23rd in the NFL at 336 yards a game. Passing yards, 26th at 206. That's a number that's been consistently dropping. We weren't 26 a few weeks ago. We went from like 16th to 18th to 20. Now we're at 26. And people want to bitch about that. People want to say it's game plans. People want to say it's Brian Daboll. We've shifted to a running team. We're shifting to Josh Allen play smart ball and Singletary, Gore, lead the way. Let's run the rock. And it sucks. That's frustrating on one side of it. There's a good side too, but the frustrating part is Josh Allen's not ready to take over this offense. We were hoping he was going to be a gunslinging son of a bitch this year. Making plays all over the goddamn place, right? That's what we were hoping for. And he has some of that in him. He's shown that he can do that. But he's not ready for that to be the full-time mode. He's not ready to be fucking Brett Favre, okay? So what they did is over the course of the first 3-4 weeks, they honed him down, honed him in. They switched up the game plan. They wanted him throwing short intermediate stuff, and he started to really excel inside that role. I mean, look at the turnovers we've had over the last 3 weeks. He's killing it right now. He's killing it. So the bad part of that is he wasn't able to be the gunslinger we wanted, but the good part is that this team is transforming to focus on what he is good at and focus on this run game. It's clearly going to be good. I mean, we're going to talk about Singletary, but goddamn, I got a Bills boner. Bills boner sprout. Every time I see Singletary touch the ball, I love that man. Get to some of these comments here real quick. We need to update wide receiver routes, some more complicated ones. Jeremy, yeah, I don't. How many routes really are there? I think maybe more so than actual routes, maybe route combinations, as in different formations, different sets, and things like that. But I hear what you're saying. You want to be as creative as possible. Look at you watch the teams like the Chiefs. You watch the teams like the Patriots. They're pretty creative. They do a lot of stuff that kind of catches you off guard. So I see what you're saying. The offensive line has not been 100% last few games. It's totally true. And again, this is a whole new offensive line. Yeah, it's better than last year, but it's nowhere near as good as it's going to be. I hate the people that are like always constantly mother effing the Bills. And then I also hate the people that are constantly on the Bills' deck. Like it's always positive and good things. I like to stay right in the middle. There's some things that worry me. Yeah. Okay. But what I love about this team, what I love about these coaches is that they're working at that. They're working on it. And Brandon Beane knows that the offensive line isn't where they want it to be. It's better than last year, but they're going to keep boosting that shit up. I mean, come on. They showed us that. They've shown us that our weaknesses, they're going to constantly work on. Jeremy, I'm sorry. Dave B, what's up, Mr. G? Let's go. Let's go, Young King. Josh Allen, we trust. Let's go, Bills Mafia. My man, let's go. Ronald Lennox, we missed your show, bro. Let's hit that thumbs up, guys. Appreciate that. As always, I love you guys that do that shit. Hit the thumbs up if you're watching real quick. It means the world. And hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed right now. And you guys that are listening on the podcast, leave that review. I love you, motherfuckers. Let's go. Let's go. Steve, O-line had their best game against the Skins, and all but one guy is new O-line. It's more complicated than it seems. There has been a couple of breakdowns of protection calls between Morse and Allen. Yeah, and that's another thing that's just with the O-line, they're going to gel more and more. Every week that we get a win, that's why we're so lucky to have an easy schedule to start the year, because most teams, most good teams, they're better in week 15 than they are in week 3. They know each other's strengths, they know each other's weaknesses, they're able to focus on the strengths and take advantage of them. So the fact that we had an easy schedule while we're kind of working through the kinks here, it's been awesome. So when we play teams like Baltimore, when we play teams like the Patriots at the end of the year, when we play teams like the Steelers later on, Cowboys are here in a couple weeks, we're going to have more of a shot to beat them because we know what we're good at. And if we know anything about this coaching staff, it's that they're going to try to do exactly what we're good at. They're going to try to focus on our strengths. I'm sorry, guys. My fucking eyes are all fucked up. The fucking run defense up the middle needs fixed ASAP. Yeah, Dave, I hear you, man. Hopefully Corey Liuget. I didn't know it was pronounced that, but apparently it is. Corey Liuget from the Chargers. I was looking at this dude in the offseason. I'm like, this is a big signing. I forgot to even bring that up here tonight. Corey Liuget. He used to be a stud. If you guys remember a few years back, he wrecked the Bills. He wrecked us. And I looked him up in the offseason, and I'm like, this dude's only 29 years old. Defensive tackles, they don't have the longest career. But, boy, he had a few really, really good years. And he has been very adamant that the defense that he likes to play in is the exact defense that the Bills run. So I'm hoping he's got a ton of sacks in his career, and that's going to be nice too, but I'm hoping he could be a great run stopper. Boy, we're going to talk about Jordan Phillips at Oliver here in a little bit. That's a good point, though, man. We got to work on the run D. It's been a glaring hole here. Sean McDermott had a press conference today. They said this is the third year in a row where the Bills have had three game stretches where they got shit on in the run game. What's going on with that? And Sean did his normal kind of dance around, walk on eggshells kind of thing. But it's something worth noting. Our tight ends need to be in the game plan a little more. Yeah, when Croft gets the ball, man, I like what Croft's doing. Darrell, I hear you there. I like what Croft's doing. Dawson Knox, I'd like him to catch a little bit more, but I hear you. Darrell, I think our screen games suck too. Well, it has, and then Devin Singletary had that massive play last week. Let's hold off. It's the Singletary era. We're gonna talk about it, but it's the Singletary era. Things are fucking changing. Chris Stratton, what's going on? Stars playing injured. I have not heard that. Hit me with some more details, man. How about that? If that is actually true. Back to the stats here. Let's wrap these stats up. Rushing yards were 11th in the NFL at 129. I expect that to go up now that Singletary's taken over. I'm going to talk about it real quick. Yeah, we're going to talk about Singletary later, but hit the thumbs up. Get real quick, guys. Come on, let's go. Subscribe. Come on. Shiva's in this bitch. Let's go. Back from the gym. I started the show late for your ass. Gore. The goal line. The goal line. My guy. Stuffed. Gore against the Redskins. Getting stuffed all over the goddamn place. I love that man. But if Frank Gore can't find the middle, find a gap in the middle, it's no good. Yeah, it might be an offensive line issue too. But Gore, that's what we got him for, is to fly up the middle. Well, you put Singletary in. On some of those plays. We got scores, boy. I'm so glad that Singletary had 20 rushes last game. Let's go. Hopefully he can stay healthy, not get injured, and show that he can be this high-volume guy, because that boy got some moves, boy. He's got some moves. I picked him up in all my fantasy teams. Traded for him, picked him up off the waiver wire. I made some ridiculous trades, and I got shit from all my buddies. Calling me terrible at fantasy. What the fuck am I doing? I'm an idiot. You know what I mean? Fuck them. It's the Singletary era. I'm ready for it. I think he's going to be a game changer against shitty teams like the Redskins, and I think he's going to be a game changer against a great defense like the fucking Patriots. Week 16, when we play the Patriots, Singletary, please be healthy. Can you imagine this? Think about it. It was what, 2nd and goal? Sorry to go on the Singletary rant here, but fuck, I got to. It was 2nd and goal after John Brown caught that one-handed grab over Steph Gilmore, and he got the pass interference there, right? And then we made another play. We were right on the goal line. Frank Gore gets stuffed behind the line. Right there, just that play alone. You give Singletary the ball. He's a little bit more shifty than Gore, and he punches that into the end zone. We beat the Patriots. You put Singletary in that entire game. Every time, every game that motherfucker's been in for us. When he's playing, He's been a game changer. He won us the Jets game. Go back and watch the highlights of the Bills versus the Jets. Singletary won us that game. He looked great against the Giants until he pulled up with a hamstring. And now we play the Redskins, absolutely balling out. I can't believe that he wasn't more in the game plan against the Eagles. But I understand he's still coming off an injury. They're still trying to baby him. But it is now the Singletary era. They know that they got I'm not going to say a superstar, but they know that they have a really good player on their hands. And they're going to let that boy play. I'm pumped to see what the game plan looks like against this coming Browns game. But even going forward against, even better teams. Ravens, Patriots, Steelers, Let's get to some of these comments here. Hang on. Hussein, where you been, man? Busy, slacking a little bit. I'm trying to wrap up my season. I have this landscape lawn care company, which I'm trying to fucking get rid of. I gotta start making some moves so I don't have to be doing this shit anymore. I'm sick of it. You guys got anybody that's hiring? Let a boy know. But I'm wrapping up our season here. We're getting into like snow plowing and shit like that. So I grinding right now, trying to make as much money as possible. Steve, the worst part of that goal line drive was that we ran the same play with the same motion to Knox each time and literally telegraphed what we were doing. It was ridiculous, dude. It was ridiculous. I'm sitting up there trash in the stands, just absolutely beyond drunk. And what are we doing? And then stop. It's like, God damn, man. Singletary hitting them holes, trying to get D lineman pregnant. Oh boy, bang. That's that Singletary seed, laying that Singletary seed in the D line gaps. Singletary went from single carry to single scary in 1 week. Yeah, man, I'm super pumped up. David Reed, what's going on, man? Off topic, I just had the Popeyes chicken sandwich. It was delicious, but not worth killing nobody over. Yeah, man, the hype. I haven't had one. I gotta hear what's going on with them things. Hey. Got a car here. I'm sitting here doing the show for you guys. Want to do live shows with kids? You got Hot Wheels coming into play here. Come on. What you doing, boy? Hey, what do you guys think of the new studio? We in this. What do you guys like? Do you like this one better? You like the old one better? I'm a little bit further back. You don't got to see so much of me. Nobody wants to see my face too close here. Let me know what you guys really think, though. Scott, hope we dominate them just like Cleveland as much as anyone in our own division. Yeah, we're going to dive into that. Let's roll in here. Every time I start talking about stats, I get all fucked up. Hang on, baby. We're going here. Rushing yards, 11th. Points, we're 22nd at 19.8. Third down percentage, 23rd. Yeah, offensive stats besides rushing, all in the 20s. Not good. Those numbers are going to have to go up. But again, big picture, I'm okay with it. But this season, we're talking this season and this season's success, not really that good. Here, you can. That's dude. Okay, moving on to the defense. This is where really shining. Total yards, third in the NFL, 296 a game. Passing yards, third in the NFL, 184 a game. Rushing yards, 19th. Not good. Really not that bad. If you look at the way the teams have shit on us in the run game, the last few games, to be still better than top 20, or still in the top 20, is kind of good. Hey, bud. Thanks. Hey, you got to be quiet, baby, okay? Points were third, 16.4, third down percentage, 35.1, 10th in the NFL. Our defense is absolutely thriving. And look, how sick of this defense winning our games are you guys? Every single week, it seems like. Again, I don't mean to bitch, but it seems like every week, it's like the offense isn't consistently scoring, but the defense is consistently making stops, making plays, getting sacks. It's like, damn. It's frustrating. It's like, here we go again. Let's see what we got here. Let's go to some of these comments. Young King, it's fire. Let's go. David Reed, love the new studio. Awesome. I like the old one better. You're so far back, dog. I know. There's definitely some pros and cons here. Ronald, new studio is fire. Hussein, Bills Mafia, old studio was safety hazards for first kids, man. The drop from the second floor looked high. It was high as shit. Kids they cut loose in this motherfucker. Cut loose. I show that we got bad connection. Somebody let me know if our connection. We're gonna keep rolling. Let's dive in. Dive in for a minute. Oh, Brian Daboll. I know you guys got some opinions. We've already talked about him quite a bit. I'm going to give my take on him, and then we'll talk about it a little bit more here. I'm currently, right now, sorry, Shivas, I wish we got a little more sacks. Outside Phillips, no one is getting sacks. Bills Mafia, man, can I honestly say that I missed the show? Where the hell were you? Man, hey, I appreciate that. I love that shit. I know, man. I know. You know what? To be honest with you, it's kind of frustrating because the YouTube channel. I'm trying to grow the YouTube. Look at the end of the day, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm trying to make money doing this shit. You know what I mean? This is like a passion for me. I love the Bills. I love hanging out with you motherfuckers. I love shooting the shit. I've been able to meet some of you guys at games and whatnot. It's fucking awesome. I met one of my guys the other day. I was sitting there drinking beer with a buddy, and some guy walked up to me and goes, G-Show. Let's go. I was like, what's good, man? We shot the shit for like 10 minutes. I love this shit. So to be honest with you, the YouTube is not really growing that much. It ain't really growing that much. So the podcast is growing. Everything's going pretty good elsewhere. Facebook's growing. But the way to become successful doing this shit is YouTube blowing up, and it just ain't really happening. So to be honest with you, I'm not trying to bitch about it or anything, but it's been a little discouraging. So motivation hasn't been super high, but fuck all that shit. I love doing this shit too much. Fuck all that shit. I'm just, you got to get to a point where you don't care about that shit. You just do it for fun, and that's where we're at. We're doing this shit for fun. Uh-oh. Okay, sorry. I'm seeing something different on my screen. All right, but moving on. All right, let me get to some of these comments here real quick. Anthony, the team is winning even though they're in the thick of a rebuild. I guess I shouldn't complain. Right, man. That's spot on. It's hard for me to hate Daboll because he grew up a Bills fan. I know 100% that he's not trying to hurt the team. That's why I got to root for him. Ronald Lennox, he needs to be more consistent and he needs to be more creative. Bills Mafia, yeah, we feel you, homie. Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, and with Daboll, I feel like we got to have some patience here. And especially you look at our red zone numbers, we're balling. We're up there. We might even be number one. I can't remember. I wish I would have done a little bit more research before we went live, but I kind of fucking winged it here. I believe we're the number one team in the red zone. And you got to think that has a lot to do with Brian Daboll. His play calling in the red zone has been absolutely money. Yeah, we haven't been able to be consistent, as consistent as we like, which sucks. You got to be able to move the ball. But I don't know. There's a lot that goes into it. More so than just Daboll. It's player execution. We talked about it before in the show, but Josh Allen on these deep balls. You know what I mean? Blocking, offensive linemen. They could always be a little bit better. Allen doesn't have a ton of time in the pocket. He also needs to get rid of what I'm saying is there's a lot of elements that go into an offense not being in the top 10. Are we the worst? No, we're probably right around 20th in the NFL. It's a lot better than we were last year, but there's a lot of room for growth. They're going to keep working on it. I cannot say right now that Brian Daboll's the issue. That's just my opinion. Scott, Daboll gets too much of a bad rap. Easy to point his way, but there are very few fans that can really break down film and understand the challenge. That's spot on. And I watch a lot of Cover One, and I watch a lot of guys that do break down film, because it's so informative. I personally can't yet. I would love to. I'm hoping to get to a point where I can watch film and kind of break it down and have a better idea, better understanding, but I'm just trying to learn. I'm trying to learn so that I can be better for you guys and break shit down for you guys, because look at you motherfuckers are smart. You guys are smart football fans. So you guys, that's the kind of shit that you guys like. Same with me. But at this point I can't. So I watch guys that can, and when they break down the offense, and same thing with the defense. With Starlet, everybody wants to shit on Starlet Latulippe. It ain't really Starlet Latulipe's fault. A lot of the time, Star's doing his job, and Ed Oliver isn't doing his job. Shaq Lawson was nowhere to be found when Star was holding down a double team. So breaking down film is so important. That's a great point, Scott. Who's saying, yeah, I think you should do the videos for fun. You don't need to be minute-by-minute reporter on every Bills move. Leave that for the Chris Browns of the world. Yeah. You know what, though? a lot of people love that shit though, man. I hear what you're saying, but that's led to the most growth. To be honest with you, Hussein. When you're quick with shit, your shit kind of blows up. Steve, yeah, over 70% in the red zone. Right, Hussein, yeah, about the Star situation, he's kind of trash, my G. See, look at him. When you look at the guys that break down film and see what Star's been doing, he's been pretty good, man. He's been pretty good. He hasn't been phenomenal, but he has been good this year. And even McDermott said it. And look, we don't know as much as Sean McDermott does. That motherfucker breaks down film. He's a goddamn NFL coach. Gone through the ringer, right? He said Star Lotulelei has been good this year. Bills Mafia, it seems like our defense hasn't looked the same before the bye week. It's a little different, but this is what happens later on in the season. This is what happens. Teams start seeing what you do, seeing what kind of defense you run, and they start going after your weaknesses. Young King getting back Knox and Singletary helped you consistency a little bit past few weeks. They just got to continue being fundamentally sound, especially on the line, and Josh taking what the defense gives. Absolutely. That's a great point. Got the upside as we have an upside. A day will come and we will put together 4 quarters, minimize penalties, and don't drop balls. Let's go. True. So true. So, wrapping up Dable. I'm a fan of Dable still. I love what he's doing in the red zone. I love a lot of what he's doing. A lot of it. I want to see him use Singletary a lot more. We've shown that could be effective. And keep doing what Josh can do. Sprinkling those deep passes because he's got to work on them. He's going to hit it eventually. It's going to happen. He's an NFL quarterback. He's a good NFL quarterback. We saw him do it all last year. He had some big plays last year. It's going to happen. Have it be rare. Have it be seldom. People trust it. Defenses respect his arm because he's got a fucking cannon. And he can roll out and make big plays. The defenses respect his arm. It's not at the point where they say, fuck that, he's not going to hit us. Hit us deep. But let's be conservative while Josh is still working, while Josh is still growing, while the offensive line is still trying to get better. And let's use that Singletary. Get Singletary going. Okay, we got to talk about the boy for a second. We got to. Ronald, New England got exposed even by the Ravens. Hopefully when we go against them, we get the win in their home stadium. We're saying he's a big boy, and he can. Yeah. No. Yeah, absolutely. That's a great point. But I got to talk about Singletary here for a second. I know we already talked about him before. But look I like what Gore can do. I like his role. I like the ground and pound. I love that shit. He's a tough dude. He's a leader. Man, I put out a video on Instagram and Facebook earlier of Gore patting AP on the shoulder and pointing to Singletary like, here, go hit him up. This is my guy. He wants to meet you. Go hit him up. And it's awesome. Gore's a stud. But the Gore era, it's done. It's done and over. Singletary has shown time in and time out that he's got the juice. It's our guy. I think that not only do we have a good running back, a good young running back, but one of the best running backs that we've had. I mean, we're talking, maybe Marshawn Lynch. He's not that type of player, but how good he is, how good he can be. Besides that, man, it's been a long time. This kid's got something special. Give Singletary 20-plus touches the rest of the year, James. I agree, man. The more volume this kid gets, and what I love. Hey, bud. Look at me. Thanks. I want you to play. Okay, babe? Okay. Hey, Nay. Yeah, high volume. The thing I love about him is he's a stocky dude. He's only 5'7", which is crazy. But he's stocky, he's muscular. He bounces, he shifts. I really like this. I really like this kid, man. And if you think about the Bills' injury, the Bills' injuries that they've had, the soft tissue stuff, the hamstrings, the Milanos, the Singletaries, since they brought in this new injury and therapies and injury staff and trainers and whatnot, they haven't had a reoccurrence of these soft tissue issues, which is huge. It's ginormous. If Singletary can stay healthy and we can keep giving him the ball this much, this often, he's our guy. Steve Hampton, Gore is still our best blitz protector in the backfield and could still drill the rock between the tackles. There's a place for Gore on this team. Absolutely. Totally agree. Totally agree. I think Gore becomes an even better piece and a more valuable asset to this team once Singletary starts getting more touches. Once Singletary is the guy, because it's a change of pace. It's a totally different. You're not sure if Gore's going to be in there for play action or pass protection, or if he's going to fucking jam the rock up the middle. And those are two very, very different things. Because if he's just in there for pass pro, your defense is going to be ready to play pass defense. They're not going to be, stacking the box if Gore's in there, if they think he's in there for pass pro, which is going to leave gaps in the middle of that defense for Gore to take advantage of. So I like it. The more they use Singletary, the more successful Singletary is, the more successful Gore is going to be, which is the more success that Josh Allen's going to have, which is the more success our offense in general is going to have. Got to go through Singletary. He's shown that he could be that guy. Oh, let's see here. If Singletary goes over 150 all-purpose yards this week, I'm buying his jersey. Anthony, I'm with you, too. I'm already, on board. I'm calling China. I'm getting a hold of the sweatshops. I got like a 6-year-old kid here in Japan. I got like a 9-year-old in China. I'm hitting them up for that Singletary. That 26, baby. Let's go. David Reed, McKenzie is a playmaker as well. I'd like to see him used more. Yeah, I don't know. He's quick and he gets open. He gets a lot of separation. Every time McKenzie catches a ball down the field, no one's anywhere near him. I don't know why they haven't used him more often. I love him as a gadget receiver. I love him doing the jet sweep out of the backfield. I'd like to see him used more too. But what are you going to do? You're going to take John Brown off the field? No. You're not going to take Cole Beasley out of the slot. Opposite of that, is he a 2? Is he an outside guy? I don't know. Gore fullback, Singletary run back sometimes. Yeah, Gore fullback, fuck him up. Robert Foster eating up a roster spot on this team, man. Angry face emoji. Hussein, come on, man. I've been saying it since training camp. He hasn't looked good at all. I don't know if it's motivation for this guy or what, but Foster and Zay Jones slid right down the depth chart as soon as new talent came in, and ain't shit. Think about what's going to happen once we get even more talent in here, guys. Even more talent. There's 20, 30 wide receivers out there, plus, maybe 5 wide receivers that are going to come into this new draft that are better than John Brown, right? When they bring another guy like that into Buffalo, our offense, things are looking up in Buffalo. We have a lot of reasons to be excited. Singletary reminds you of LaShawn McCoy in his early days. Yeah, Bills Mafia, I agree. With his shiftiness, he's not quite as fast as Shady. But I agree in that, boy, the way he makes guys miss. I was at that Redskins game. I was literally right behind him on an angle. And he got the handoff, and he had a Redskin directly in front of him, 2 feet in front of him. And he took a step to the right and took a step to the left, and that man about fell on his face. I mean, it was like I grabbed the 3 guys next to me and go, whoa, whoa. I tried to do that once in backyard football, and I tore my ACL. One cut, G-Show. I'm a football fan, okay? I play quarterback. Went back in high school in some backyard football game at the old town hall. It was a little muddy. Your boy planted his left foot. I did a little pump fake. I got the defender to jump. He was sending the blitz. His name was John Stedman. I swooped right around him. I see a guy right in front of me. I'm pumping. Mike Vick. This is Mike Vick in his prime. I'm out here grinding. I'm weighing like 215 pounds, full of speed, full of agility. I plant that left foot. I cut, and my whole body goes. Somebody comes running over to me and goes, you just tore your ACL. And this is my senior year, right before I'm a ball. I mean, I played basketball. I was all about sports in high school. You may not think it, but I was okay. We had a good team. So it was right before my senior year in sports, and that's all I went to school for. It's just to play sports. And I go fuck yourself. I stood up. I kind of hobbled off. I thought I'd just sprain my knee or something stupid happened. And I go to the doctor, right? I'm sorry, I'm going on a tangent. I'm losing viewers. I don't fucking care. I go to the doctor, and they go, "Oh, you're fine. You just sprained your knee. 3 weeks. You're good to go." So I faked the note. I copied and pasted it and whited it out, and I made my return date like a few days sooner so I could practice. I go into practice. I cut one time. My knee gives out. I'm on the ground, and I'm all fucked up. So I go to the doctor. They say, okay, let's get you an MRI. Let's see what's going on. Get the MRI. I go to the doctor a week later after the results came in. And he goes, well, this is the same year that Tom Brady tore his ACL. Doctor comes in. He goes, well, you have the same injury as Tom Brady. And I'm a ginormous fan. He had no idea I was a ginormous Bills fan. And I go, what? You're going to drop Tom Brady? You're going to drop a Tom Brady torn ACL on my face? My senior year of sports? He goes, yep. You got the same injury as Tom Brady, just a torn ACL. Bah, 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 bah. Here's what's going to happen. You're going to be out 9 to 12 months. Bah, 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 bah. Your leg's going to be locked in a brace, straight as can be. Bah, 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 bah. Okay. Ruined my senior year, and I found out with a Tom Brady bomb dropping. That doctor can kiss my fucking ass. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Robert Foster will emerge. Still believe he will be important. Hussein, I wish I had your patience, Scott. Practice reports reflected Foster really balling out. Time will tell, and he should be soon. Man, the practice reports, I don't know. At training camp, he did not look good. Singletary, here, let's move on. Jordan Phillips, Ed Oliver. What happened? Okay? We got to talk about it because Ed Oliver's supposed to be our guy. Supposed to be our young guru. Took him at 9. Boy, Josh Allen from Kentucky that fell to the Jags is having a pretty goddamn good year. I was wondering this. I'm not going to shit on Ed Oliver. I'm super pumped up. You know, you look at stats. You look at stats of defensive tackles, the best. Even the Aaron Donalds. Who was I was looking up? Geno Atkins. This guy, the guy we just signed, Corey Liuget. The best years are their 3rd and 4th years by far. Year 3 and year 4 is by far the best defensive tackles years. And really, the rookie year, their numbers really are never really that good, the good ones. So I have a ton of confidence in Ed Oliver. He's going to learn. He's going to get better. And he's winning a lot at the line. I think he's like 3rd in the NFL in percentage win. In percentage won in on a pass rush. When he's pass rushing, he's winning at a very high rate. But I just don't think he's good enough at the run defense. I think he's got to work on some fundamentals. And this team's trying to win. We're 6-2. We're not in this point where it's like, okay, well, Ed Oliver, it makes more sense in the long run to keep Ed Oliver playing because he's going to learn. Same thing as kind of Cody Ford. They're going to learn, and we're going to take these bumps. But in the long run, it's going to be, we're trying to win now. So we're going to have Jordan Phillips take that spot because Jordan Phillips is balling on. He's balling. We're going to bring in Corey Liuget and see if he could be consistent and ball out. So I get what's going on. I love Jordan Phillips, man. That boy's going to get paid. He's a free agent after this year. Can you believe how well he's playing on one of the best defenses in the NFL, and B, that the Dolphins released him? He's not even like kind of like an asshole. You see guys who are kind of scumbags. They're like I'm not even gonna say the guys who are selfish or scumbags, but the guys who aren't team first. They care more about themselves. The Jalen Ramseys, the Chad Ochocinco's, those type of players. You see those guys get the Josh Gordon. You see those guys getting cut. But Jordan Phillips, he seems like a stand-up dude. He seems like a really great guy. Love his energy. Love the way he plays. I'm super pumped up. I hope the Bills pay the man. Anthony, Tom Brady butt hurt. I thought it was the knee that was. Yeah. My ass was chapped. Okay. You tear your ACL, and the guy goes, yeah, Tom Brady, same injury as Tom Brady. You're gonna be fucking pissed. The angry Buffalo sports fan. Let's go Buffalo. Hey, that's a little ironic there, Bubba. Young King, Ed Oliver's going to put on weight in the offseason too while working on fundamentals. Yeah, I hope so. I think Ed Oliver's going to be good. I think he's going to be a very good defensive tackle in this league. Hussein, since we didn't use any draft picks at the trade deadline, next draft we need to get O-line, wide receiver, and a true MLB. Move Edmonds outside and have Oliver gain 15 pounds. Yeah, I don't know. Is Edmonds not a true MLB? I thought he was. I thought Tremaine, he's made some mistakes and he's had some mishaps this year. He kind of reads the play wrong here and there, but he's still the 6th youngest player in the NFL. He not a middle linebacker? I don't know, man. I don't know, dude. I think they love him there. Steve, part of Ed's problem is he needs to rebulk. I just hope he doesn't take some of those bad Mexican supplements to get their fuck it. I don't think the NFL has a too stingent of a steroid policy. Juice the fuck up, boys. Moving on here, we're going to talk, after we talk about Josh Allen, we're going to talk about the Bills versus Browns. We're going to get into some of these stats. I can't believe we're at 43 minutes. You know what happens? We go on these crazy long shows because I read all these goddamn comments. I don't know what's good. I want the podcast to blow up. I don't know if the people who listen to the podcast don't like hearing the comments. Somebody let me know. But really, I don't really fucking care that much. I don't really care that much. I'm having fun. We're in this bitch. Hussein, Edmonds wasn't an MLB in college. NFL steroid test is an IQ test. Yeah, it is an IQ test. Edmonds wasn't an MLB in college. Are you sure on that, Bubba? I gotta look that up. Maine Edmonds, Virginia Tech. Okay, we'll do it live. Right here. Oh, he just has him listed as a linebacker. He linebacker of the week. Appeared in all 13 games, making 13 starts. Total 109 tackles, 14 tackles for loss, 5.5 sacks. Okay, man, maybe you're right. I don't know. I'm going to his Wikipedia. Last shot. Edmonds played at Virginia Tech from 2015 to 2017 under head coaches Frank Beamer and Justin Fuente. As a junior, he was a finalist for the Butkus Award after recording 108 tackles, 5.5 sacks. After the season, he decided to forego his senior year and enter the 2018 NFL Draft. He finished career with 213 tackles, 10 sacks, 1 interception. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't say. Hope he was not. Okay, maybe not. He played outside. Yeah, he was outside, doggy. Okay, I believe you guys. Fuck it. If he can be better at outside, then let's go. But I know he's a smart kid, and I know McDermott loves him. And I know Leslie Frazier loves him, and I think they're trying to form him into that middle linebacker. So I think that they think he can handle it. So he's fast enough to be there. I don't know. Let's. It may be a good point. It may be if they can get Edmonds out there and get somebody else that fits our defense better at middle linebacker. Great, perfect. Let's fucking run it. Let's run it. I'm all in, man. All in. Let's talk about Josh Allen here before we get into the Bills Browns. What are you guys thinking? Where are you guys at on Josh Allen? Are you high? Are you low? Are you in the middle? I personally, we've already talked about it a little bit, so we can kind of fly through it. I'm personally a fan of what they're doing with Josh Allen. I love the fact that they've honed him in a little bit and they've done short intermediate stuff instead of letting him loose with the deep ball. And he's shown that, he took a weakness from last year. Yeah, what'd you make? So much. Okay. Water bottle? Thanks, baby. Okay. So like I said, I'm a fan of it. I'm a little over the middle on Allen. Yeah, me too. I'm right there with you, man. It sucks. Like I said before, it sucks that he's not able to take total control of the offense and just start slinging the ball over the goddamn place. But he is still young. He did play at Wyoming. He didn't get a ton of snaps against top competition like Baker Mayfield did, Sam Darnold did. He came from a different place. He was always going to be more of a project than those guys. And if anything, I think his growth has been thanks, bud. Thanks. I'm wrapping up. I'm only going to be a few more minutes with you. I can't. Thank you. I need like 3 more minutes and then I'll come hang out with you. His footwork is getting really good, says Steve, and he worked on not staring down his primary receiver. Yeah, I like the way he's going through progressions. Anthony, I'm happy with Josh Allen's progression. I wish he'd hang on to the ball, hang on to that football tighter. Oh, yeah, the fumbles are a problem. That's where we can bitch about Josh Allen is those fumbles. That's where we can bitch on it. No design runs equals fumbles and concussions. He's great when he needs to react. Another great point, Scott. I love when Josh Allen runs on his own. The pocket's collapsing. None of his wide receivers are open. He slips through a hole in the D line, O line. He slips through one of those holes and he busts out an 8 to 15 yard run, and he's got to do the baseball slide. I love Josh Allen runs on those plays. I don't like the designed runs. I think they're going to start staying away from him. He's fumbled the ball, 11 times this year? 11 times? It's not sustainable. You can't keep doing it. He's going to continue to fumble. But with that being said, I like what they're doing with Allen. I'm seeing enough good things to still be optimistic. Look at how he played last year. He was missing on a lot of throws last year, and now he's money on those Cole Beasley out routes in the end zone. He couldn't hit that to save his goddamn life last year, and now with Cole Beasley, that's money. Touchdown. I love it. I think what they're doing with Allen is working him from the inside out. Last year, it was get a feel for the game. Let it slow down for you a little bit. Start reading NFL defenses. Hit the deep ball because you got that cannon. And now this year, he was so inconsistent on the short game, and he missed a lot of open passes, open receivers. I'm sorry. They've honed him back in. Let's start short. Let's work it out. With time, that deep ball is going to come. I really think that way. So I'm still pumped about Josh Allen. I'm still pumped. Oh. Scott, it's coming there, bringing him along, and I think the progression second half of the season will be no. Me too, and it's going to have to be because we're playing against much better talent. We got the Ravens, the Steelers, who are looking halfway decent. We got the Patriots again. We got Cowboys on Thanksgiving. What's your boys going to be at? Let's go. Jack Patrick, what I missed? 6-2 underdogs to 2-6 Browns. LOL. With the fucking shit emojis. Remember the old-fashioned trousers. Don't have Josh running in the defense who are trying to punch strip the ball that's asking for a hand injury as well. Absolutely, man. Legit has a lady's hips. Hope they block the 3 gaps. All right. Let's move on. Let's get into this. We're at 50 minutes just touching on the Browns game. Pumped. I am nervous, though. I'm nervous. Oh, real quick, guys. You watching on YouTube? Hit that subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the thumbs up. We're balling out here. Blindsided Squad. We in this bitch. Thumbs up. It means the world. All right? Take a 1 second and knock that bitch out. Bills versus Browns. I'm super pumped up. Although, I kind of have the same feeling that I did before the Eagles game. It sucks. I'm not proud of it. But before that Eagles game, I was like, okay, well, this is a game that they usually, the Bills lose. It's a younger team that's seasoned with a lot of talent, right? Same thing as the Browns. They're different. It's obviously different. The Eagles are a really well coached team with Doug Peterson. Carson Wentz is an established quarterback in the NFL. They have a really good defense compared to the Browns, who, they're not really coached that well. They haven't put it together yet. Mayfield's been a shit show this year. There's been a lot that goes into it. But, man, when you look at the talent that the Browns have on their team, the Jarvis Landrys, the OBJs, the Chubbs, and now Kareem Hunt's back. Man, and if Baker can put a game together, and Myles Garrett, they got some guys on defense. It's like, man, I cannot believe that this team is 2-6. I can't believe it. Get into it. Let's look at some of these stats compared. We already talked about the Bill stats. We know where we're at. Their offense is pretty much matched with us. They have more passing yards. We have about the same rushing yards. We're scoring about the same amount of points. Third down percentage is about the same. Total yards is really similar. Everything on offense is really similar. Defensively, total yards, we're giving up quite a few less. We're third. They're 18th. Passing yards, we're third. They're 6th. Rushing yards, we're 19th. They're 30th. They're giving up a ton of rush yards. Singletary time, baby. Right there. The Browns are 30th in the NFL in rush yards. Singletary time. Come on. I want to look at who the Browns played. Man, the fact that Nick Chubb's a stud. You guys know it. If you guys are NFL fans, you watch every week. You guys that play fantasy, Nick Chubb is fucking good. He's going to be a major, major challenge for this team. And it's like, I'm nervous about Kareem Hunt. This man went from being maybe the best running back in the NFL with the Chiefs to having his life flash before his eyes and almost losing everything, right? He almost lost everything. And now he gets another shot at life, another shot in the NFL. And this is his first game back, week 10. This might be some dude that's just ready to fucking explode. A good thing is the Browns' offensive line has not been that good. That's a really good thing for the Bills. We need to take advantage of that. We have to stop the run. If they don't stop the run this week, they're going to lose by 3 fucking touchdowns. Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt are way too good. Way too good. Way too good. Yo, Scott, not the usual Bills. Eagles humbled them, and I don't see them not prepared. We will see the defense that played against the Patriots. I fucking hope so, man. I hope so. And another thing is that we play really, really well against young quarterbacks, and that's exactly what Baker Mayfield is. He had a pretty good season last year, but our defense is still really nasty. And, you know, young quarterbacks are not dominating this defense. So I'm really hoping they can rattle his cage. Got to get to him. Got to force some turnovers. Got to stop the run. Have to. Have to. Jack Patrick, spank it to the G show. Let's go, man. Hit it. Fat, fat, fat. Fat, fat, fat. I don't know what that means. I imagine you jacking off watching me. Let's go, boy. Flex. Head over. Go, man. A hot commodity out here. Hot commodity. Bills Mafia, Bills Boner, Blindsided Squad. We in this bitch. Hit the thumbs up. Steve, underrated comment of the night. Ooh, what was it? Scott Blakely. What'd you have? Baker will shave his head by halftime. Nice, man. Really fucking nice. Love it. Love it. Hussein, Baker looked like he walked around with a foam cup on the subway asking for change, boy. That picture was something else. Him with that overcoat. I gotta find it. I should find it. Watch this. You guys want to see some magic? Watch this. Watch this. While I'm talking to you, you know, shooting the shit, keeping this bitch going, I'm gonna pull up this picture and have it be fucking smooth. And have it be smooth. Okay. Okay. Bang. Bang. Okay. This little bit of bang. You know about that? How about that right there? Didn't have it saved, and then I just banged it on you. Baker Mayfield looking like your high school drug dealer. I mean, seriously, your freshman year in college, you're walking around campus with your buddy. You know, you're both virgins. You know, looking around. There's a lot of good-looking girls around. You see this dude standing on the corner, right? He goes, hey, what you guys need? And bang, he opens up that coat. Not weed, not just weed. He's got it full of fucking crack. He's got black tar heroin. He's got crack on this side. And motherfucker slinging all the drugs. Slinging all the drugs. He's got that look on his face, too. This one's not as creepy as the other ones. Our boy Baker Mayfield looking shot these days. Oh, man. Browns have divas and drama queens, and Mayfield is jealous of OBJ's admiration of Brady. Yeah, they're a mess. They're a mess. Freddie Kitchens, you know, everybody thought that the Browns were going to come in and be nasty this year, but head coaches in the NFL have shown to be very valuable. That's why we love Sean McDermott. He's got that juice. He's got the structure in the locker room. He's holding this shit down, and, you know, he's built this team the right way. The Browns, they tried to bring in all these flashy pieces, these OBJs, these Jarvis Landrys, you know, Baker Mayfield coming in like a cocky asshole. They got no O-line. They built it the wrong way out. We're trying to build it from O and D, offensive line, defensive line out. They're doing it the other way, and it ain't really working for them. Freddie Kitchens is a goddamn mess, and Mayfield walking out of press conferences frustrated as a motherfucker. Young King Buffalo coming home with a W. Steve Hampton, now that you said that, Josh throws for 400. He looks like he's about to show his wee-wee to teenagers. Jack Patrick, we can only hope, but Browns 30th in the league on run defense, and Bills D is near flawless, except for the run gap control. Both teams will be scheming to expose those holes. Yeah, it's gonna be a run show. It's gonna be running all over the place. Both teams are gonna be trying to run, and we have to assume that our defense is gonna be able to step up more than that fucking Browns defense. Who's saying we haven't lost while wearing white jerseys yet? Boom. That's all I needed to hear. We're definitely going to fucking win. Scott, for those that think culture means little, watch what happens this Sunday. That's a great point, dude. Scott, you've been absolutely on fire. MVP of the night goes to Scott. Scott Blakely in this bitch for the motherfucking win. Dropping bomb after bomb after bomb after bomb. That's a great point. That's what it comes down to. Culture versus flash. It's conservative versus liberal. You know what I mean? It's blue collar versus white collar. It's a great clash. The Browns have tried to bring in all these pieces like we just talked about, and the Bills are trying to do things slowly but surely. Slowly but surely, building, grinding. It'll be fun to watch. It's gonna be fun to watch. But fact of the matter, you can produce with average playmakers with protection, but you can't produce with superstars if the QB doesn't have time to get them the ball. So true. And Mayfield's been under a ton of pressure this whole year. So Bills D-line's got to be able to get after him. We got to stop the run. If we're stopping the run, if they don't have a running back between Hunt and Chubb, if neither one of them run for more than 100 yards, and we get 3 sacks on Mayfield, 2 to 3, 2.5, we'll set the over-under 2.5. We win the game. I want to get back into these stats here. Oh, we already talked about the stats, actually. So fuck him. Fuck Baker Mayfield. Fuck the Browns. And more importantly, fuck Jarvis Landry. Okay? Had to bring this up real quick. Saw a video earlier. Micah Hyde breaking down, talking about how much bullshit it was, how Jarvis Landry does the crackback blocks. The one on Aaron Williams that ended his career. And last year, he fucked up Taron Johnson on one of the same ones. He's a dirty-ass player, and I truly hope that one of the Bills players lays him the fuck out. I want to see Shaq Lawson, Tremaine Edmonds, Matt Milano, Lorenzo. Lorenzo won't do it. I want to see one of these bad motherfuckers, Jordan Phillips. I want to see one of these bad motherfuckers lay his ass out. He's a scumbag. He's a dirty-ass player, and he doesn't belong in the NFL. I really think that way. When you ruin a man's career, Aaron Williams, fuck you. You're a scumbag. And then to do it again to Taron Johnson, and that's only against the Bills. He's been doing it his whole career. It's just the worst of the worst. I hate that motherfucker. Play Hussein. Do you think OBJ gonna give Allen his cleats? I can guarantee you, OBJ is not gonna be giving Josh Allen his cleats. Although. I'm not even going to go there. I'm not going to go there. Who's saying if anybody takes Landry out, it'll be Poyer. I hope so, man. Lay that motherfucker out. If he does it again, there better be a goddamn riot. There better be a riot. I mean, really. That's so fucked up. We don't have any dirty-ass players on our team. Sean McDermott's only brought in guys that are like, pretty decent dudes. I'm looking for like Jordan Phillips to have a shank on him. Jarvis Landry makes a block like that. I'll slit that boy. Pop, pop. Same thing. I like OBJ, but we got to be careful with these wide receivers. Jarvis hasn't really done much this year, and OBJ, he hasn't been OBJ. He's been still but really good. But I posted on Facebook and Instagram earlier, John Brown's got better numbers than OBJ this year. Who would have ever thought that? John Brown is projected to have a bigger season than OBJ with this dynamic offense. This flashy Cleveland Super Bowl bound team. Kiss my ass. Shitty. Ronald, on a lot of teams we see coaches blaming players and players blaming coaches and just straight up being disrespectful to all types of people, including the media. You don't see that with us. That's culture. That's so true. Spinny is capable, but the game plan will never ask him for a 300-yard performance. Yeah, that's so true. I love McDermott. When he gets tough questions, he stays the course. It's always we're working on it. We're gonna get better. We're gonna focus on our weaknesses, and we're gonna try to get better. We're gonna get better through fundamentals. Blah 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 blah. I love it. I got to work through. Other guy to pay attention to is Myles Garrett. Yes, I picked this pitcher because what are you gonna do? This dude's sick with it. He's nasty. We got to talk about it. He's having a crazy year, leading the lead in sacks. And who it's going to be, I don't know if Ford's playing, but if Ford's playing, he can handle it. Ty Nsekhe needs to be playing. Ty Nseke's had some, he's gone against J.J. Watts. He's gone against some big-time players, and he's had success against them. I really think if we start Cody Ford against this motherfucker, it ain't going to go well. It ain't going to go well. Myles Garrett's nasty. What you going to do if this dude comes up to you and says, I want your girl? Just like that. Just like that. He goes, I want your girl. Take her. Take her. Take her. I can't believe who's saying, damn, he making me want to go do some push-ups right now. Not only is he nasty, he's bodied up. You can't do shit with him. You can only try to contain him. He's like one of the only decent spots about their defensive line. They ain't doing much else other than Myles Garrett, but he's still wrecking havoc. Gotta watch him. Gotta be careful with Myles Garrett. I had to note it. I had to note it because he's a great player. A great player. Let's talk about a prediction here. You guys want me to be realistic or do you want me to be optimistic? First comment I read is what I'm going to do. Realistic or optimistic? Tell me. Because I got a weird feeling on this one. You know what I mean? You know, I've been confident before a lot of the games. I was even confident before the Patriots game. But that Eagles game, I kind of lost that juice a little bit. I was a little nervous before that Eagles game. And to be honest with you, we're only a couple days away from this game, and I'm nervous here. Bills Browns. Scott, my guy, MVP of the night, said realistic. Okay, here we go. Man, I don't know that the Bills are going to be able to stop the run. The Browns have been really good. Chubb's a dynamic player, man. He's a dynamic player. Not only does he, he gets chunk plays after chunk play, but he continuously busts out big plays. And our defense cannot let that shit happen against Nick Chubb. And now that Kareem Hunt's back, it's terrifying. Our run defense has been slacking, and it makes me very nervous. I think our offense is going to have a good day. I think Singletary is going to have a good day. I think they're going to continue to grow with the Singletary usage. Man, if I had to guess here, though, our offense has not showed that they can win a game. And I think that that's what's going to have to happen against this Browns team. The Browns are 2-6, but they've been in every single one of their games, pretty much. Let's look at their schedule real quick. They lost to the Titans 43-13. I'm turning the show off. I'm sitting here talking about how they've been in every game. Game 1, they lost 43-13. Okay, but besides that, they shit on the Jets 23-3, lost to the Rams by a touchdown. They beat the Ravens team that just beat the Patriots 40-25. They put up 40 points on that Ravens team in Baltimore, nonetheless. In Baltimore. Lost to the Niners, got smoked. And then lost to the Seahawks team, who people are now saying are Super Bowl game because they lost by 4 points. Lost to the Patriots by a couple touchdowns. Lost to the Broncos by 1. Man, but they're putting up 24, 19, 13, 28, 3, 25, 13. I don't know. I think our offense is going to have to win the game. The defense is going to have to play well, but I think that the Browns are going to score 17 to 21 points. And can the offense score more than that? I don't. At this point, I hate this. It's the first time all year I'm doing this. I'm going to say the Browns win. Browns win 21-18. That hurt my heart. It hurt my heart. Okay? I didn't want to say that. What I'm hoping is that the offense can show this game, this time, this week, that they will take another step and they can win a game. They can control a game. They can be consistent. They can put some really great scoring drives together. They don't have to come back in the fourth quarter and try to score late to win a game. I'm hoping that's the case. The Browns are a 2-6 team that could very easily be, 4-4. 5-4. I don't know if they've had their bye. Whatever. They have. I got the Browns winning this game by 3. That hurts. It really hurt my heart. Let's see what you guys got to say. Thank goodness that wasn't your optimistic prediction. Anthony, with 2 strong running teams, whoever gets an early lead wins. That's a great point. It's scary. That's scary. The Bills will need to start off like they did against the Redskins. Absolutely true. Got to score right away. Our defense, our offense, everyone is so much better when we're winning. Actually, not the offense. The defense can play so much easier when we have a lead. It's so much easier, so much better. but you got to be more up by more than 7. Once you get up by like 14, 13, 14 points, then you can really get the fucking thing going. We haven't done that yet this year. Scott, we stopped great running backs before. Barkley, Bell, and Peterson, second half. Ronald, realistic, you're protecting your heart. Realistically, Bill's going to win by a little. Hussein, optimistically, Bill's going to win by a lot. I hope so, man. I hope so. I'm not going to. I could see the Bills winning for sure. 49% of me says Bills win, but that little bit says the Browns put it together, and it's a frustrating game for the Bills. Like I was talking with Dan Mitchell, man, it's battered fan syndrome. I've seen it too many times before. I got hyped up too many times before. And this Browns team, they just have so many weapons. Now the Kareem Hunt's back. Their offense, I think that their offense is going to play good this week. Our defense is going to have to ball out, and more importantly, our offense is going to have to show that they can stay up with them. We'll see. Hopefully I'm fucking wrong. Hopefully I'm wrong. We're going to be doing a post-game show after the game. Hopefully the Bills get that hot W. Regardless, we're 6-2. A win against Cleveland. We go to 7-2. A couple weeks away from Dallas. Thanksgiving game. G-Show's going to be there. I'm pumped up. You guys should be pumped up. Again, we're 6-2. Stop the hate. I know it's not Blindsided Squad. I know you motherfuckers know your shit, but stop the hate. All right? Come on now. Let's be pumped up. Hopefully we get the win against the Browns. 7-2 post-game show. Make sure you guys tune in. I love you motherfuckers.